And Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is leading the 10th edition of World International Yoga Day today in Srinagar. As we can see on our screens, the Indian Prime Minister is performing different yoga postures and moves in the Winter Hall of the SKICC Stadium there. Well, Prime Minister Modi just a short while ago emphasized on the importance and significance of yoga, which is not only extremely important for the body and physical well-being, but also for one's mental health as well. Thousands of participants from in Srinagar have joined the Prime Minister in the 10th edition of World Yoga Day. And for more on this, our special correspondent Idris Lone is joining us live from Srinagar. Now, Idris, since 2014, Prime Minister Modi has led the International Yoga Day celebrations at various iconic locations. Last year, he was in New York, and today he is there in Srinagar. Take us through the celebrations there on the 10th International Yoga Day.
Well, absolutely, Rahesha. The 10th International Yoga Day being celebrated in Jammu and Kashmir, especially in Srinagar, because the Prime Minister is here. Although rains and weather did play a dampener because around 5,000 to 6,000 people were attending the function, where the main function was to be held at the SKICC lawn. But later on, because of the rains, the function was shifted to the Winter Hall of the SKICC, and only a few hundred people could be accommodated in that hall. But right now, Rahesha, celebrations are being held across the Kashmir Valley. And right now we are at the BJP headquarters in Srinagar. As you can see in your visuals, that BJP leaders as well as the workers have gathered here to celebrate the 10th International Yoga Day here. We did see some of the leaders also attending the function at the Sher Kashmir International Convention Center earlier, where the Prime Minister is presently. We saw a lot of students. There was a lot of excitement among the student community who had come to join the main function with the Prime Minister, but some of the students were disappointed because they could not be accommodated in the main hall where the function later was organized. At the moment, these functions, BJP also had planned this function in a park earlier, but due to the weather, they also had to shift to a different venue later. So weather did play a dampener in terms of organizing these events across the valley. But nevertheless, we've seen a huge participation of people, especially the student community, attending these functions which are held in every district of the Kashmir Valley. Prime Minister also congratulating the people not only across the country but the world, and he said around 177 countries across the world will be celebrating the 10th International Yoga Day today. And in the last decade, the yoga has seen a huge rise and popularity among the people across the world, and so is it seen in Jammu and Kashmir as well, as we see that thousands of people across the valley are also being part of these celebrations.
Right, Idris, despite the weather playing a spoilsport, we can see a lot of enthusiastic people out there performing yoga in Srinagar. Just a short while ago, the Prime Minister also emphasized on the importance, the significance of yoga, and urged people to make yoga part of their daily lives. Talk to us more about the theme for this year's International Yoga Day, which is Yoga for Self and Society.
Well, absolutely. I think in spirit, it was followed here as well across Jammu and Kashmir, because we didn't earlier in the previous years see a lot of excitement as well as participation of the people in these events. But from the last few years, we've seen how Prime Minister has aggressively campaigned for the popularity of yoga across Jammu and Kashmir as well as across India as well. And we have seen the student community especially showing a lot of interest. And with this year's tagline as well, it seems it's being followed in spirit by people across the Kashmir Valley. Since early morning, despite the weather being really bad, the temperature is also low. People did come out in huge numbers to participate in these events, whether it was in North Kashmir's Baramulla district or South Kashmir's Pulwama, Shupian, Anantnag district. In every district, we've seen huge number of people coming out despite the bad weather to be a part of these celebrations. And a lot of disappointment actually among the people who couldn't be a part of these celebrations at the SKICC lawns, who wanted to attend and be a part of the function, but due to the space constraint, only a few hundred could be accommodated in the winter hall of the SKICC, and that's one of the reasons that some of the students were disappointed that they couldn't be a part of the function.
Right, Idris, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Indeed, yoga is a gift from India to the world. Thank you for joining us on the show and sharing insights with us.